Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. It's your course on Underworld Police Chief here, AP Gains, and today we're going to show you how to use a standard bounty hunter team in the dark side territory battles. Now, this works for any phase. I know a lot of you, similar to me, just do not have these highly relict teams to participate throughout all of the light side and dark side territory battles, but there are certain teams that can help early to mid-game players get some phases cleared and really help their guild progress, get those stars. And Bounty Hunter team under a Bosk lead is certainly one of those teams. Now, what's great about this team, as you guys all know, and I just misplayed there. Sorry, I'm talking. Should have taunted and then thrown up the AoE afterwards. But anyway, the thing about this team that makes it great is the recovery after you throw down a bunch of debuffs with the Bosk lead. Now, this allows the team to have extra longevity even if it is slightly weaker. So although my team is fairly weak for dark side, I can still get a couple of phases cleared with the recovery, yeah. So basically the general strategy is you just want to start murdering people, save your AoEs and all of your massive debuff adding abilities like this one for when your team is starting to look pretty weak. So see how I should normally throw up a flame if I was doing some sort of grand arena or something, but I want to save that until I am starting to run low on health. Now, unfortunately, you guys know we can't use Mando, which would make this so much easier because he is a light side character. But the 5th slot and the 4th slot can vary depending on who you happen to have. I use Dangar simply because he has massive regeneration powers with his AoE and his potential to stun. And then Greedo is just a guy that I happen to throw in. That 7th slot could be Zam. It could be like anyone, I guess. Zam. Let me get just Aura Sing. I don't know why I just brain farted there. Sam, Aura Sing, or someone else. Alright, so we're just doing some pretty much basic stuff going on over here. Hitting debuffs when we can. Reducing turn meter and getting rid of buffs. Throwing up taunts to make sure that boss takes the brunt of the force. Now, this Bounty Hunter team, even at slightly weaker gear, can clear Zone 1 and Zone 2 if it's like Gear 11, maybe Gear 12. This is a pretty weak team as well. I'm going to see if I can get all 4 territories, but that remains to be seen. The armor shreds always are annoying, but luckily it came in late, so we can get these guys out of here before it becomes a huge factor for our Bosk. Now, in the later phases, oftentimes you'll go against these unique characters. Often it's a lot of the clones, but with their Phase 1 armor because this is Geonosis. And they can be pretty annoying. They do tons of damage, they taunt, they throw up all types of annoying attacks. And those are the characters that this team doesn't do so fantastically against because they'll do swarm, massive damage, end up taking out a character before you even have time to regenerate. But if this is the only team that you guys have, like it was for me for most of the time, getting 1 or 2 phases, or even 3 if you're lucky phases cleared, is super helpful to your guild, and they'll be very happy. Now, these Clone Trooper medics right here are important to take out because they can revive other guys. Also, these guys over here, we do want to get rid of that because that retribution can be fantastically annoying to our weaker characters. Now that Greedo's low, we do want to start trying to get some recovery. Hopefully we can get a stun here, get some more recovery. Top off Greedo, get some burns on the fields. Now, I could go around this taunt with most of my guys, but I'm going to start weakening him for a very specific reason because now I can start going over here and potentially get them all knocked out with a single hit. It's not going to be too much of a big deal because if he dies, if the medic chooses to revive him, he'll end up taking a big chunk of his health away with it. Let's see if he demonstrates this for me. He does not. Okay. Maybe he will eventually, unless we can kill him first. But he'll take a big health hit if he chooses to revive someone. So if you're having trouble getting these medics down, killing off a super weak opponent can be a useful strat. Just be careful that having someone come back in is always not the best outcome. Now I am going to throw an execute over here just to get rid of that retribution. I will also reduce some turn meter right here. See if we can't hop into phase 4 and potentially clear phase 4 with a not so fantastic Bounty Hunters team. Alright, we got a debuff, so we can double tap. I'll throw a bomb just for fun. See if we can get an assist. No, we cannot. Alright. So we should have decent turn meter going in. As you can see, a pretty weak team. We have supplied 500,000 points for our team on this, which gets us that much closer to 3 stars, which is always great. Teams are starting to really emphasize getting max stars on this. Now, Rex is super annoying here. So is the Arc Trooper. But since Rex is the most dangerous because of his Annihilate, we are going to focus him. The problem is they will continuously throw up taunts with these two guys, which most of our bounty hunters, except for Boba and Jango, cannot get around. Okay, so we survived the first Annihilate, which is good. Luckily, it's not the normal one where it just does massive damage. Now we need to start focusing on recovery, and then eventually, if we can, somehow get rid of these taunts. Now, these guys do massive damage, so I'd be surprised if we could eventually get through this. Alright, we gotta hope Boba takes a turn. A nice shot over here. A taunt would be fantastic. Once Boss goes down, we're pretty screwed. Alright, so now that Boss is dead, the team is gonna start crumbling with all of these sharpshooters throwing up their armor shreds. So this is pretty much lost at this point. So 3 tiers with a Gear 11, Gear 12 Bounty Hunter team is pretty good. It definitely helps out your guild, and stay tuned for other possible squads that you could use as an early to mid-game player to try and get some extra points for your team. Alright guys, I'll see you later.